What's going on, TCG Squad? I got some exciting news to share with you today. We have officially launched my website, tcgnexus.com or tcg-nexus.com. I want to give everyone a sneak peek of what you can expect from the website. So, we already shared that we have the trade assistant, which we'll be going into as well. But I also want to talk about a new feature, the meta tracker. Currently, this is only available for myself as I'm building out the feature. But once it's going to go to the public, I will let everyone know. But TCG HQ newsletter subscribers will be first to access this before it goes to the public. So sign up. I have the link right down here in the description as well as the bottom of this video. So let's get started. Let's go to the TCG Nexus website. To get there, you just literally got to go tcg-nexus.com, right? And this will be your landing page. So remember, we have a trade assistant. The trade assistant will help you make your trades. It's right at the front. You can just click on trade assistant. You're going to select your game. So in this case, we're going to select Star Wars Unlimited. On the left side, this will be your cards, for example. So let's say you have an Avenger that you want to trade and you have the hyperspace foil. You're going to click add to trade. Your opponent, let's say they have a Luke Skywalker, right? And they have this one, okay? You're going to add it to trade, and you can see that your card, you have about almost $6 of value. So you can go ahead and add another card in this trade. Why does this help you? Number one, you don't have to keep going to TCG Player and keep searching and searching and searching. This eliminates all of that for you. You don't have to keep track of anything. You don't need to tally anything. You just go here, search for your cards that are going to be yours on the left side, search what your trade partner is going to have on the right side. That way you can come to a quick deal. I am pulling all the latest prices, the market prices from TCG Player every 4 hours. So this will be up to date. Let's go to the meta tracker. Right now, I do want to give a caveat. The meta tracker is only available for myself at the moment. This is because I need to build additional features into the meta tracker, and then that'll allow it to open it up to everyone else. But remember, TCG HQ newsletter subscribers will be the first people to get to use it. So go ahead and sign up. There will be a link in the description. And guess what? There's also a link right here at the bottom of this video. So I'm going to go to meta tracker. Okay, so right now we're going to select Star Wars Unlimited. I have that defaulted. Eventually we're going to add more games to this. We have multiple sets. So right now we're in Twilight of the Republic, and I'm going to go ahead and we'll see what I've created so far. When we see this panel, we actually have a couple options, right? You're going to see these tournaments, and you can see PQ1, Week 2, Week 3, Week 4, or create a tournament. So this panel right here on the left-hand side actually lists the tournaments that are within a set. And this set is Twilight of the Republic. And then here, we can either select the existing tournament or create a new tournament. So let's go ahead and create a new tournament. We know that PQ Week 5 should be going on. So I'm going to create PQ Week 5. And then I'm going to select the date. I'm going to say Saturday, right? February 1st, and there is no location, okay? So I'm going to create it. All right, and now we'll see that the PQ5 is created. When I select this, we have a new panel that pops up right here. Here, there's basically add a deck, and there's no decks list submitted. That's all you can see. So we'll add a new deck. This actually gives us the ability to upload a deck. Actually can upload up to 20 decks at a time. One special caveat for this, the meta tracker only allows text files from Star Wars Unlimited database. With that being said, special thank you to Star Wars Unlimited database for what they do, and a huge thank you to the Star Wars Unlimited Competitive Hub. Their work collecting the deck list into a single place has made this a lot easier. Go check them out and buy them a cup of coffee. As I mentioned, uploading deck lists is limited to text files. Some of the lists on the Competitive Hub are images of the deck list. Unfortunately, I don't have a feature yet that can analyze that, but that is a thing I want to add. And sometimes the decks lists are handwritten. That is not a feature that I have right now. And then some of the tournaments just have the top 8. We don't have any idea of what their deck lists are. So what I went ahead and did is we pulled every single deck list from each week that had a Star Wars Unlimited database link to it. All of the deck lists were downloaded and then uploaded for each respective week. So let's look at PQ1. So you can see PQ1 has the option to add the deck lists, right? So these are all the lists that I downloaded and uploaded to the deck list, right? As you can see, we got a good amount of deck lists. Obviously, the more deck lists I can get, the better this data will be. Now, let's look at what we have here. Let's scroll down slightly. Looking at tournament statistics for PQ1, right? Here we have 3 panels. We have the top leaders panels, top bases panels, and then the top card panels. This is where we can see who our top leaders were based on those lists that were provided. So we can see here, Sabine, for week 1, we had 8. Again, the overall PQ data on the competitive hub will be higher because they are tracking individual top 8. I only can track based on the deck list to kind of calculate this, but this will be a subset of that data. We do have little drop downs where you can sort this. By default, we have top 5 for each leaders and bases, and top cards by default will be top 10, but we do allow up to top 50. We'll be adding additional features that will allow you to do some filtering based on what type of card is it. Is it a ground unit, air unit, or event? And then further, we want to break that down to by aspect so you can get a real detailed view of what's going on in the meta. This is kind of the breakdown of week 1 of all those deck lists provided. So if we look at this, the card that was used the most out of all deck lists in terms of count was Surprise Strike. There's 42 instances of that card. KTSO was the next most used, which was 42 instances, then Grey Wing Squadron, A-Wing, and then Millennium Falcon Piece of Junk. So that kind of makes sense if you think about Sabine. She has KTSO, Grey Ring. If we look at Han Solo, he uses Millennium Falcon, he uses Surprise Strike, he has Hot Shot DL444 Blaster. Mahan, this also works for Quinlan. This works for Cad Bane, right? They're going to have Waylay. They're going to use Blaster, right? So this kind of makes sense, right? Now let's look at week 2. So week 2, again, here's the insights for week 2, okay? So here, Han Solo, we got a lot more Han Solos, right? There was 15 based on the deck list that I provided. Tarkin Town was the most used base, followed by Energy Conversion Lab. And see how this week the top cards kind of shifted slightly? Here, since we have more Han Solos, we're seeing more tech, a lot more techs, right? There were 71 instances of or counts of text being used. Millennium Falcon, 60, right? Quinlan uses it, Han uses it, Surprise Strike or Waylay. So you can kind of see here how everything is changing based on the tournament week. Here's another view, right, for that week 3. But we added another view. We have a view all tournaments. When we click on view all tournaments, it's actually aggregating all tournaments in a particular set. So right now we have 5 PQ weeks. Right now, technically week 5, I just created. There's no deck list uploaded yet. So it's really the first 4 weeks. So let's say if I wanted to add another tournament like SCG Con, right? There was an SCG Con that had 2,000 people playing. Well, I can create that tournament, but then I can still view how that tournament affects the overall meta for set 3. So let's look at this. Look at the top leaders. Han Solo. We already know that. Looking at the competitive hub, we know there's a lot of Han Solos being played. We have Sabine Wren. Again, Sabine is one of the best characters or leaders in this set for set 3. We have Jango Fett. Again, one of the meta decks. We have Cullen Voss. Again, one of the meta decks, right? We have Bosk. These are all the cards that we're seeing are leaders in each of the betas. Same thing, we're looking at the top bases, Target Town and ECL. That's no news for us. But what's really surprising is what we're seeing the top cards. To me, Surprise Strike right now is there's 252 counts of it from all deck lists we loaded. That means a lot of people are using Surprise Strike. But let's think about, does that make sense? Yes, it does. because Han Solo uses Surprise Strike. Jango Fett uses Surprise Strike. Quinlan Voss uses Surprise Strike. And not listed here is Cad Bane. Cad Bane also uses Surprise Strike, right? Or can use Surprise Strike. Waylay, again, those same leaders, those cunning leaders use Waylay. Millennium Falcon literally used in Han and Quinlan. Hotshot 44 Blaster, a great upgrade. So this actually is giving you a great idea of what the cards are. So if you are a new player, these are the probably cards you want to get as a new player, because this is what's going on this current meta. Now let's expand this to the top 20. So when we expand that to top 20, the graph redraws itself, and now we're looking at what's going on here. We have DJ at the bottom. We have Red 3, Plo Koon, Perilous Position, right? Your blue decks like playing that. Disabling Fangfighter, Crafty Smuggler, LS-37, Daring Raid, Han Solo, Cassian Andor, Kira, right? And then the other cards. So this kind of gives you a good idea of what you need to get. What's awesome, what I think is really awesome about this is that some of these cards are commons, like Surprise Strike and Waylay. Now, Millennium Falcon is a legendary, right? Hotshot DL44 is a rare. But this kind of gives you a good idea of what are the cards you need to be getting for your deck if you are new, or if you like just the analysis of what cards are being used, this is going to be the site for you. That is everything on the meta tracker right now. This is what we have so far. Again, this is only available for myself at the moment as we build out the additional features. If you want to be one of the first people to use this tracker, you need to be a subscriber to the TCG HQ newsletter. Our new newsletter subscribers will be the first people that get to use this. Now, one caveat. Subscribers are not going to be able to create tournaments. That is limited to only admin functions for now. But you'll be able to view and interact with any of the data here. So viewing the top leaders and top bases, top cards, sorting it out. As we add the filters based on aspects, ground units, events, air units, etc., you'll be able to interface like that. We'll be adding additional features that allow you to download this. So if you're a content creator and you want to kind of go over this, you can go ahead and do that too. On top of this, we are also going to be implementing a market watcher. So we'll be able to kind of interface what's going on here and see how these cards are changing in the market as well. So users or new users, existing users, collectors can have an understanding of how this will work. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the TCG Nexus. I hope you're excited about the meta tracker. I hope you're using that trade assistant. It's really cool. A lot of people in my local community has started using it, and it gave me positive feedback. Plus, there's some great recommendations provided as well. So if you have any recommendations for any of the tools, please drop them in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think. And as always, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be providing a lot more content regarding that meta tracker, tracking the meta, talking about the meta. I'll be providing any budget decks, deck techs, and plus live gameplay footage from me at my local LGS or other people in my LGS. I look forward to hearing your guys' comments. Until the next time, may the force be with you.